Hello, everyone, and welcome to day one of the stay at home reading rush. I thought I would start to answer the questions of the tag. Let's jump into the questions. How is your reading going while staying home? It's been great, and I think that's mostly due to Scribd because I've been consuming a lot of the audiobooks there. So it's helping me get through some books a little bit quicker. I was really scared in the beginning because I don't have a good history with audiobooks because I go off into my own mind and I stop paying attention. But for the books that I'm reading this April, there's literally no other choice than listen to them on audio. So I had to teach myself not to zone out and not to fall asleep, which is something I'm still working on. I have to learn not to close my eyes while listening to an audio because I inevitably fall asleep. I just feel really, really calm while someone is reading to me. Where have you been reading at home? Mostly in my room. I don't think I've gone downstairs to read so far. Best book you've read during isolation? Dark and Deep is read by Anna Mary McLemore. I will never shut up about that book. Yesterday, as I was uploading the vlog really late at night, I forgot to do a little bit of a review of it, mention what I love and what I didn't love. So I'll mention it here. What I didn't love is that we get very little time with our characters. But what I loved about it is everything else. If you've read Anna Mary McLemore, you know that they have absolutely stunning, beautiful, flowery prose. And I think it really fit this book in particular because it is a fairy tale retelling. So I just think this is a great, great example of what Anna Marie McLemore can do as an author. And I am absolutely in love with that book. I also love that the audiobook was narrated by three different people. I think that really, really helped me differentiate the perspectives because otherwise I would have gotten them confused for the simple reason that the chapters were very short. Next question is, what's your favorite feel-good book? Probably Quiéreme 5 minutos by Anaí Lopez. That's a YA book set in Mexico, and it's about a girl who really wants the guy she has a crush on to like her back. Next question is, book you wish you could buy or borrow from the library? Well, currently Scribd blocked me from reading Shiny Broken Pieces, which is the second book in the Tiny Pretty Things duology, and I really, 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 really want to read that book. Next question, author you want to shout out during this time? I would like to shout out the 5 authors in my panel Navigating Latinx Identity in Fantasy. The authors are Daniel Jose Older, Zoraida Cordova, Chantel Acevedo, Amparo Ortiz, and Anna Mary McLemore. And the last question is, what is your reading rush TBR? First challenge is to read a book with a house on the cover. La Distancia Entre Nosotros by Reina Grande. It translates to The Distance Between Us. It's available digitally on Scribd if you want to check it out. It's a memoir about a girl whose parents decide to immigrate to the United States, and she and her sister are now living with their grandma. And that's it. That's all I know about it. I'm very excited. It's also like very readable. It has a little bit of flowery thingies, which I love. And here are the houses. Read a book in the same room the whole time. I want to read Amarse es de Valientes by Alejandro Ordóñez. I don't know what this book is about. I think it's also nonfiction. I bought it on a whim because it was super, super cheap and the cover was beautiful. And it's also pretty short. It's a book I want to read in the living room. So I think it should be pretty doable considering it's super, super short. Read a book set somewhere you wish you could go. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Wall. This one is another nonfiction book, and it says The Glass Castle is a remarkable memoir of resilience and redemption, and a revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. The Wells children learned to take care of themselves. They fed, clothed, and protected one another, and eventually found their way to New York. Their parents followed them, choosing to be homeless even as their children prospered. New York is a place I always wanted to go to, so I will be checking this book out. It's available on audio and script, so I think it will help me focus because it's quite the long book. It's 10 hours of the audiobook. Finally, read a book that will make you smile. For that, I want to read Mew Squad by Chantel Acevedo. This is a middle grade fantasy book about a Cuban American girl who discovers that she is part of the 9 Greek muses, and I am super excited about this book. I would like to get a head start with that one, but I really want to read something physical. Like I don't want to look into a screen. For now, I think I'm going to try a chapter and decide what book to read. Hello, so it is now 10 p.m. and I just got around editing the video. I didn't end up doing much. I did my homework. I did the try a chapter, and let's start with the book that I liked the least. Amarse de Valientes by Alejandro Ordóñez. I am just gonna straight up unhaul this book. It was just pretty standard, super basic self-help thing. La Distancia Entre Nosotros by Reina Grande started really sad. It's when the mom is saying goodbye, because I didn't know this about the book, but the dad actually left first. He went to the United States on his own, and now he wants the mom to join him. Well, he would love the family to join him, but he only has enough money for the mom to join him. And also, it's not like it's gonna be a walk in the park. The mom is also gonna go to work, and the kids are staying behind. I also think I misled you guys, because it's not just Reina and her sister. She has, I think, 2 sisters and 1 brother. I don't know, but there are more than 2 siblings in this book, and they are now living with their grandmother. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls also started quite sad. It starts in the future, I guess, or maybe in the present day. But the author is now well off. She's living in New York, and she invites her mom to a restaurant, and they start talking, and Jeanette wants to help her mom, and the mom is like, I don't need any help, like I'm good. And Jeanette goes ahead and says, Mom, I saw you at the East Village hunting for garbage, or looking through the garbage. And the mom was like, it's fine, like don't worry about me. And also, why didn't you say hi to me? And Jeanette was like, well, I was ashamed. So it also sounds quite sad, but also very interesting. I know Brie Larson played the author in the movie adaptation of this. And then I didn't hold back on Mew Squad. I actually got around to chapter 6, I believe, and it's just so incredibly easy to read, and it's so fun. I just cannot wait to keep on reading it. My iPad is charging, but as soon as it's fully loaded, I am going to read that book, because my heart is bursting. Like I said, middle grade fantasy is just super wholesome. And then I don't know which of these 2 books I want to focus on, because this one is sad, but I feel like this one would feel a lot closer to home, because it's by a Mexican writer and I'm a Mexican reader. Even though our situations are definitely not the same by far, I feel like this one just hits closer, like breaks my heart a lot more. Oh, I also forgot to say that I wanted to do something theater related, just so that Theater Thursday wasn't killed by the reading rush, but I didn't have time to do the thing that I wanted to do. It's silly, like I just wanted to listen to the Beetlejuice cast recording, because I started watching a bootleg and I couldn't stand it. I don't hate the music, but I think it's a little too much. I like that Alex Brightman breaks the 4th wall, but in general, like the humor is just not for me. Like there's a scene where Carrie Butler goes like, look at these big jugs, and she has the jugs in front of her boobs, and it's like, okay. And then when they're with Beetlejuice, they say something, and Beetlejuice goes ahead and says, great, you give me a boner. And I just, like, that's not funny to me at all. And then I don't really like Sofia and Caruso's voice. And I don't know. I feel like it's a musical that tried too hard. Even though a lot of people really enjoy it, I just don't think it's for me. So I wanted to check out the cast recording because again, a lot of people love it. But I never got around to do that because I was procrastinating on Twitter. And I also wanted to check out the new Riverdale episode because it's the one where they did Hedwig and the Angry Inch, but I decided I love myself too much to submit myself to that kind of torture. Anyway, well, that's it for day one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you are joining the reading rush and what's your TBR, or if you made a video of your TBR, let me know down below. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!